Hey friends, my name is Mandy Delbaum. I am currently a senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus, and I wanted to chat real quick about following up with people. Some things that I've learned that have worked for me, and some things that really didn't, but they might work for you. So, following up with people is one of the most important things that we can do, not only for our business, but for the success of our ambassadors and our customers, and also, for our potentials. It's something that I have to do every day in my real world job. I work in the construction and security industry. And so I'm constantly working on big projects, like really big projects. And I have found that even though my portion of the project is like this big in relationship to the 10 or $15 million project, I'm still having to follow up with my customers and say, okay, did you get what you ordered on time? You need to send me your order. I have to ship it by this date so that you have what you need for your project so that you're not getting fined up to $1,000 a day sometimes, especially if it's for a government project. So you have to follow up um, with so many things, but it doesn't really matter what industry. If you're working with people, you have to follow up with them. And this is a people business. Plexus is a relationship business, a business of helping people feel better, of transforming their health, of giving them a whole new financial future, possibly. So following up is really important. And I feel like the longer you do this and the more connections you make, the harder it is to keep track. Like I get so embarrassed sometimes when I get messages during the day that I can't respond to and I forget completely. I've had people that have wanted to order and I completely forget about them. And it's just so embarrassing. I feel like I'm not a professional and I feel like I don't care, and that is not my intention, but that's how I feel. And sorry, my cat's playing with a toy. It's really obnoxious. And also, I learned very early on the hard way. I signed up one of my first ambassadors, and I was checking in with her, day 3, she's like loving her pink drink, it tastes great. She's feeling good. And I check in with her, maybe day 5, and things are still going well. Well, about that time, people are getting the probiotics and the BioCleanse, maybe some other products going, and that's often when there's detox or die-off. Or maybe it happens 2 months from now, who knows. But in this particular case, she had kind of gone silent, and I just assumed all is well. Well, then I see her orders off, 2 or 3 weeks later, and turns out she was really embarrassed. She was going through some uncomfortable things and we weren't really close, and she was just embarrassed to tell me. And had I been following up with her, seeing how things were going, and asking her questions, sometimes people won't open up to you on their own. Sometimes you have to give them permission to say, yeah, I feel kind of lousy, or I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but this is happening. Had I allowed for those opportunities by being really diligent in my follow-up every few days for several weeks, I would have been able to check and make sure that she was drinking water, that she was taking her products correctly. I mean, some people gobble them all at once. They don't follow directions. Some people are just really sensitive, or they've had a long-term illness and there's going to be some detox, and what the bottle might say might not work necessarily for them. So had I been really diligent, I probably would have been able to get her through detox, assure her that this was a normal, healthy part of healing, necessary part of healing. A lot of people haven't done things before, for example, I changed from an aluminum-based deodorant that I've used my entire life to a natural deodorant, and my armpits detoxed. Well, I wouldn't have known about that had I not done research and had I not started learning about detox through Plexus. A lot of people don't know what their body is going to do when they get off sugar, or when they get off caffeine, or sometimes your skin will detox, depending on the products that you use. It's not unique to Plexus. It is a very scientific thing. There's tons of articles about it, but people just generally don't know about it. And I was not there for that person. So it is really, really imperative that we provide excellent customer service to our ambassadors, our retail, and our preferred customers. There are actually some statistics that say you could have the best products, which I believe we do. You could have the best leadership, the best company, which I believe we do. But if people have a bad experience, they will absolutely pay more money for an inferior product. They might drive way the heck out of their way to get that product if they've had a good experience with that company. People don't want to deal with poor customer service. And if they have a bad experience, they're going to remember that a lot longer than their positive experience. So we just have to do everything that we can to love on people and encourage them and motivate them and be their coach and their supporter and welcome them into our communities and just get them plugged in and get them off to a healthy, good start so that they are long-term, hopefully lifers in Plexus. So having said all that, I thought that I was a pretty organized person, but I have been with Plexus for 19 months and I just now figured out what works best for me. So I'm a list person and I started off with like a little planner, right? Little planner. Look at this. My planner became like a hot mess. There was not enough room for me to talk about, or to jot down team events, my to-do list, much less all of my follow-ups. So that didn't work. Then I earned this beautiful 2017 Plexus, like huge planner. And I was like, sweet, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to be so organized. Here we go, nasty lists again. What I was intending to do is write down everyone's names like on the first and then follow up with them and then flip it for a few more days or a couple weeks and write their name down again. Like it's August right now, so I'd write their names down in September. Well, I wasn't doing it. I was forgetting to write people's names down in this. So that didn't work either. And then my friend said that they keep an Excel spreadsheet. I thought, all right, I work with Excel spreadsheets all day long. I can handle that. So I started writing down lists, and I have 8 pages of people. How I met them. Are they in Facebook groups? Are they interested? Is this like someone I don't even know? What are some common things? Maybe they had a bad experience with, X company, and they're nervous about Plexus, and so it's going to take a long time, just little notes. Well, you can see how worn this got, and every time I change it, I have to reprint it again. So I was watching a video, and I could not believe that I had this in my closet. I have inherited some really strange things from a lot of people over the years. Look, I don't even know what year, like I tried to shop for these little tabs, couldn't even find them. So what I'm thinking is you could get like a recipe box with index cards or something at like TJ Maxx or Ross, or I don't know, maybe even the dollar store has them. But what I did, and I don't even have enough days for the month, but I wrote in permanent marker. Normally you'd have beautiful tabs. Not this girl. I wasn't going to go. I couldn't find them and I wasn't going to spend money on this project. But I wrote like the 1st, the 2nd, the 23rd on here. So I put my potentials on blue. I put my ambassadors on yellow. I wrote out the names. And what I like about this is that I can jot down notes, like she has a lot of eczema. She has diabetes, things that they're dealing with, products that they're using. Follow up in a month, doesn't have money now. Super excited to get involved with Plexus. Cannot wait to start, join this opportunity and get our business going, but needs to wait for a couple of weeks or something like that. Joined Plexus. I write their dates down so I remember. And basically, I'm not having to flip through months of data. I can flip through a day at a time. So if I know that I'm going to be traveling, which I do travel a lot for work, I'm going to be gone 7 days. I've got 7 days of follow-ups that I can do right away. And if someone tells me to follow up in a couple weeks, I just flip it to a couple weeks out. And so it's just one place. I'm not duplicating and printing and flipping. It's just this. I know this is like so old school, like Rolodex. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure like you could do it on your phone or whatever. But this has been really helpful for me. You could get white cards to put your, customers on. Because remember, we don't want to forget about anybody, our potentials or people that are ordering from us. I even have inactive people. Hasn't tried the new Slim. Follow up with her next week. See if she wants to try that. Like, the new Slim is amazing. So hopefully that helps you guys. I know that it's really easy to get overwhelmed. I know that it's easy to forget about people because, especially if we're working and we've got kids and we've got church and we've got all these things that we're doing, it's really easy to let people fall through the cracks. And you have to remember, like, we have this opportunity to change someone's life. It's that important. What we have is that important. And if you think about it, for those of us that have been with Plexus for a while, because someone followed up with us, because someone introduced us to these products, and I'm not saying we said yes right away. That's something else. You have to remember that most sales in general, not Plexus, occur between the 8th and 12th contact. Okay, so you have to follow up with people. I waited 8 months, but had someone not followed up with me and not mentioned this opportunity in these products, I wouldn't have said yes. And now, you know, this isn't the case now, but thousands of lives can change. Certainly several hundred have, and every single person has that opportunity to be that impactful in their communities and in their country, and, you know, maybe someday in the world once we go, you know, really international. So it is really, really important. And something else I want to say really quick, when we say follow up, I'm not saying hammer them to death with questions about them placing orders. I am not saying invite them to every single event, every single 7-day challenge to only talk about Plexus. Following up is just a connection. It's just reminding them, I care about you. I saw those pictures of your kids going to their first day of school. I saw that your mom was in the hospital. I saw that it's your birthday. I saw that you had an anniversary, and I'm celebrating you. I'm encouraging you. I'm here for you. And then sprinkle in some Plexus, you know. Hopefully that person's seeing your posts on Facebook too, which is always really important. So anyways, I hope that this helped you guys. I know that this little less than impressive someday I'll upgrade box it's been huge for me. It's been so easy to be organized and just jot things down. Like, you can do that during a commercial break. So anyways, guys, I will talk to you later. Hope you have a good night. Talk soon. Bye.